And welcome back to Braves Hip Coil. I am with Coach Ken Anderson, and this is episode 6 already. The Braves and Tigers is coming up, but first and foremost, Mr. Ken, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. We got the best record in the national baseball, 20-9. We got the Dodgers behind us. That's always sweet. We've got the Phillies and Mets. They've added their wins up, and we've got more of them added together. What could be better than being an Atlanta Braves fan in 2026?
Well, according to Braves Twitter, probably a lot of things, but some of that Braves Twitter we just got to completely ignore because life is good, especially compared to last year. And poor Mets and Phillies fans. I don't feel bad for you guys. I'll keep it a buck 10 with you. Y'all really irritated me the last 2 years. So enjoy your misery this year, and we'll see you all in 27. But we got bigger and better things now that we kicked the crap out of the Phillies. We are on to the Tigers. Ken, are you looking forward to this series?
I'm very much looking forward to this series. Don't look at their record. They're 15-14. They're still a very good ball team. Their pitching staff is probably the best pitching staff that we've faced up to this time. And Cleveland was close, but this starting rotation is better than Cleveland's, and they still have a good bullpen. They've got a special kid. I know this is a hitting show, but they got a special kid on offense that's leading the American League in every offensive category for a rookie. And this should be a special series. And, as a Braves fan, I want the wins. I wish we'd got 4 and 5 in the series so we could win games. But as a fan going to the games, it's going to be fun to see their top 3 pitchers go against us. And I'm excited to see what you think we should do in the breakdown to beat these 3 fantastic pitchers this week.
I took my time on this one, man. I would probably assess about 4 or 5 hours into this one, so I did break it down for you guys. I looked at pitches, I looked at video, I did the whole shebang for you guys. So hopefully y'all really enjoy this. But before we get into the Tiger series, me and Ken got to review our picks to click from the last segment. It was not a good ride for us, Ken. Big Thick was only 1 for 13, but he did have the big RBI double off of Zach Wheeler, so at least I had that. Mr. Mike Yastrzemski, Ken, was 1 for 8, and I didn't count the strikeouts just because that was already more unfortunate, and I didn't want to add it to a bad day. So, yeah, still struggling. Big Thick still kind of struggling. So, we did not hit with our picks to click. But on Hardcore Braves, Mr. Ben Weaver did. He picked Ozzy Albies, and he was 6 for 13. So a little shout out to Mr. Weaver right there for that good pick. But Ken, it is time to dive on into Casey Mize, who we will see in Game 1. So what do you have on Mr. Mize, Ken?
Casey's a very good pitcher. I got to see him pitch against Georgia Tech when he was in college. He's got a phenomenal fastball. He's got the arsenal. He throws a lot of pitches, but his splitter can be unhittable when he's on. I would say it's his out pitch, but um, he's a tough ride. But I will say this here: he is not going to be any tougher than what we've seen Saturday night. Zach Wheeler looked like his ace self, and we were able to manufacture some runs against him. So that's what we got to do Tuesday night is work Casey and count. He will get a little off on his control. So maybe he'll have one of those little nights but overall this is a tough ride. He's got a electric fastball and I like his splitter. He gave us fits at Tech the night he pitched against us. But I think he's going to be a good pitcher to go watch. Maybe not for our hitters, but I think to take the right approach. This is kind of interesting because our hitters are really hot and their pitchers are really hot. So this is where, who's going to give. And then so it's going to be a fascinating matchup. So I'm interested to see how you think we should attack Casey.
Yeah, there's no doubt Mr. Mize is going to be a tough look. All 3 of these guys are going to be a tough ride this series. Mr. Mize is going to be no different. Again, like I said, I don't think, no disrespect to Mr. Casey Mize, but he is not no Zach Wheeler, and the Braves handled him pretty well. So let's take a look into his repertoire. He has a four-seamer, a slider, a splitter, a slurve. He doesn't throw that very much. I think he's thrown 4 pitches all year, so you can kind of get rid of that. And he throws a sinker. His put-away pitch seems to be the splitter majority of the time. He does have the tendency, he likes to drop the slider in high and away to left-handed hitters and low and away to right-handed hitters early in counts to get an easy strike. See, chat, I told you I did my homework on this one. So be on the lookout for that early in the count. If you're a righty or a lefty, if you want to sit on the slider, I would, especially if you're a left-handed hitter and you like a hanging slider, I would look early in the count for that. That might be a one that you can easy cook you to drive in the gap. It does have a strong tendency to also back up on him, so it doesn't have the sharp break. There's a lot of sliders this year where it's just kind of spinning and it barely breaks, and those are the hanging ones. And if you're a left-handed hitter and you see that out of the hand, you might want to take advantage of that. Fastball has really good ride through the zone. He has good extension, which makes his 93 play up to about 95, 96, and if he's hitting 96, it probably plays up to about 98. And he likes to tunnel the split with that fastball. So he's going to try to hit the bottom of the zone with that fastball, and he's going to try to tunnel the split with it, so you go chasing after it. And the splitter looks just like the fastball, and it just absolutely dies when it gets to the plate, man. I mean, it just falls off the table. He likes to live on the outside part of the plate to the left-handed hitters with the four seam and the split and the slider, like I said, up early in the count. He does not go inside much, and if he does, it's probably only to back him off or try to get him to chase a back foot slider when he's ahead in the count. His out pitch is going to be the split below the zone, and he's going to tunnel that with a four seam to lefties. Right-handed hitters, he's going to mix in the sinker on the inside part of the plate, which he also, again, likes to tunnel his split and slider off of. He tends to use this early in counts as well, so if you're a right-handed hitter, you may want to look for the sinker early in the count. He will throw the four seam on the outside part of the plate. So, again, it tunnels with, you guessed it, the splitter and also the slider. So right-handed hitters are going to have a really hard time with Mr. Mize. So let's get into the left-handed hitter's approach. Away, away, away. He is going to live on the outside part of the plate. So personally, if I am you and if I'm Matt Olson, if I am Drake Baldwin, I am taking that away. I am going to choke, excuse my language, the shit out of the plate. I'm going to turn the outside part of the plate into the middle, and I'm going to make him paint the inside corner on me before he gets my respect and I back off the plate. You want to hunt the fastball splitter window. You want to see the ball up around the belly button or belt level because his split has really good break. And if you get it on the outside corner, it's probably going to break off of the plate. So you just want to lay off of that. You want to strictly hunt the middle of the zone with the ball being up. Also, again, with the slider, if you see it pop up out of the hand early in the count, that's going to be his get-me-over, so you can also go ahead and take a rip at that one. So that is my approach for the lefties. Right-handed hitters, your ride's going to be a lot tougher. He has the ability to go inside with the sinker and the splitter while also tunneling the four seam away with the slider and split. So this is where you have to be honest with yourself as a hitter, and you need to understand what you're doing really good at the time. If you're handling the inside pitch really well, you got to hunt the sinker inside. If you're handling the slider and fastball away, you got to go and you got to look away with the four seam and the splitter. So if you're looking for that sinker, in my opinion, I would back off the plate a little bit, and I would make the inside corner become the inner third of the plate to make it easier for you to pull that pitch. You want to see the pitch start around the belly button or the belt, and you want to see it start on the inner third to outer third part of the plate so that sinker falls back into your hitting zone. If you want to hunt the outside part of the plate, then you're going to have to see the fastball start up around the belt because he's going to love to tunnel the slider and the splitter off of that, and you're going to have to see it over the middle of the plate. You're going to have to see it in the middle to the outer third. You're going to have to make him paint the outside corner because he will also try to get you to chase off the plate with the slider. So for both hitters, do not offer anything starting at the low thigh or the knees because he's probably going to try to tunnel the splitter, so you're going to have to make him paint that part of the zone with the fastball before you even think about offering at it. Again, that is what I have on Mr. Mize. That is a lot of information on Mr. Mize.
Yeah, it really is. And he's I won't get to my pick to click, but I think there's a left-handed batter in this lineup that he lines up very well with Casey Mize. We need him to have a big night. We'll wait on that. But I think if Ronald can adjust a little bit, if he can get one of those sliders when he tries to get it over, maybe he can yank one out of the ballpark. We'll need Martin Perez to pitch well that night. And if he does, I think this is a winnable game. I think, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Painter game a little bit. And so we've done that twice against Andrew. So let's do the same thing and get Casey and get off to a good and win a game one and have a chance to win another series.
Yeah, I got y'all are gonna hear my pick to click twice on Hardcore Braves in this game. I really like my pick to click up against this guy because he loves hunting the sinker, especially inside. So we'll see if he comes into play in game one as well. But Ken, we have to face probably one of the best of the two starting pitchers in all of Major League Baseball in game two, and that is going to be Tarik Skubal. Ken, what you got on Mr. Tarik Skubal for me?
Calling sick. No, it's a tough ride. We faced him before. He he can get it up to almost 100 or over 100, and he's got a devastating changeup, and he's just a very tough ride. And you know that our right-handed batting, right-handed hitters off our left-handers are not as well as our left-handers off our right-handed pitching. Though Matt and Drake both do stay inside the ball very well. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of lineup we have in this. The thing with me is we might have to play small ball, and I know people hate to see that, but I wouldn't be surprised if we can get a guy on, and if we don't try just to do some small ball and bunt, make him field his position, do things like that. I know people hate the bunt now, but against a guy like Tarik Skubal, you've got to do everything you can to get one or two runs. And the fact of the matter is, our rookie pitcher, J.R. Ritchie, will need to be special that night. So I'm interested to see what you say, but this is going to be the toughest ride we've had in the first 30 games of the year.
Yeah, there's absolutely zero doubt about that. Look, up against he's one of one, and it's him and Skeens are the one of ones in this league right now. And Braves are drawing this kid in the Tiger series. Let's go ahead and go over his repertoire again. He's got the four-seamer that can touch 100, 101 at times. He's got the sinker that goes from 98 to 100. He's got a slider that sits around 92, 91. He's got a curveball, and he's got a changeup. He has really good carry on his fastball, and the changeup looks just like the fastball until it dies. The slider has a really good break as well, and the sinker has excellent run at high velocity. So all of his pitches are elite, elite, elite. There's nothing that is a weak link on this guy. They're all solid pitches. So left-handers, they are going to see sinkers and changeups almost exclusively, with sliders being thrown on the outside part of the plate. Right-handed hitters are going to see a heavy dose of the four-seam fastball up and in. Sinker and changeups are going to be down and away. Sliders will be thrown back foot from time to time to try to get them to chase. So for me, if I'm a left-handed hitter, personally, I would hunt the changeup and sinker inside. He loves the sinker into lefty. So if I am a left-handed hitter, I am backing off the plate a little bit. I'm turning the inside corner and the inner third of the plate to the middle of the plate, and I'm going to make him abandon his approach inside, and he's going to have to paint the outside part of the plate before I change mine back. Have the ball start around the belly button to belt height, and you want it to start on the middle of the plate, so it breaks back over to the inner third inside corner. So if you're off of the plate, that is right in your honey hole as a left-handed hitter. You're going to have to give him the outside part of the plate. There's no two ways about it. If he can paint that slider away, you just tip your hat. But if he comes in there with a sinker or that changeup, that's yours, and that's the one that you're going to have to hit. Right-handed hitters, your approach is to pray, because you're going to get everything from this guy. For me, I would crowd the plate and I would make it uncomfortable for him to pitch inside, because he likes to live on the inside part of the plate with the four-seam changeup combo. On the outside of the part of the plate, he also will dot it as well. So you got to take one of them away. So if I'm you guys as right-handed hitters, I'm choking the plate, and I'm going to make the outside part of the plate turn into the middle. You want the ball to start middle of the plate to the outer third and starting around the belt. You're going to have to be ready for it to drive the ball to the opposite way. Or if you want to back off the plate and you want to hunt the pitch inside, then you're going to have to do the exact opposite. You're going to have to hunt inside and try to pull the ball, because with this guy, you can't cover everything. You're going to have to give up something just to try to get to him. And your goal as a hitter in this game is to try to get at least one at bat where you do some damage against him, because there's no way you're going to go up there. If you go 3 for 3 off him, you're really good. But you're going to be doing good if you can go 1 for 3. So, Ken, do you have anything else on Mr. Scooble?
That's outstanding analysis. One of the things that I like is what you said. So from the left-handed side, let's think about it. This is a guy, Matt Olson, he can hit because he doesn't mind, if you saw the fastball inside, but it's a little bit tough ride. So those right-handed batters have to be huge. I'm thinking of Ozzie and Mauricio because they like to extend their arms, hit the ball to right center. If they can somehow add that approach, I like that. Get up on the plate, hit the ball into right field. They both have speed. Put some pressure on Tarek, and then play a little small ball with him. Heck, even if you have to get to the bottom end of the lineup and Eli's at bat ninth and you got a runner on first and third, lay that thing down, get that run in less than 2 outs. Whatever you can do to get pressure on Tarek, get his pitch count out, get him out of the ball game. And if JR pitches well enough, we could steal this ball game. But Braves fans, understand, we're going to be the underdog in this game, so we're going to do everything right to win it. So great spot on analysis, Ryan. I'm with you.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Game 2 is going to be the hardest one to win, and that's no disrespect to the other 2 pitchers in this series that the Tigers are throwing, but Scooble is one of the best pitchers in all of baseball. And for the right-handed hitters, again, in my opinion, it's just you got to try to take something away from him. So if you scoot up on the plate and you make it hella uncomfortable for him to go inside, because if he misses, he's going to hit you, that gives you more of a chance to get something out over the plate, and that's where you can do damage against him. And for lefties, he's going to live inside with you, so you might as well just back off the plate and look in there, and you just look. If he paints you with sliders away, you tip your hat. You say that's one of the best pitchers in all of baseball, and you go back to the dugout and you try to get him next time up. So it's going to be a rough ride, and hopefully J.R. Ritchie is absolutely nails in that game, because the Braves are going to need him to absolutely shove. But getting into the final game of the series, we are going to see a familiar face in Framber Valdez. Ken, what you got on Mr. Framber?
Framber's got good stuff. I know a lot of Braves country wanted him to come here. He's an elite pitcher. It's interesting. I don't see him as a number 1. I do see him as a number 2 or 3, which works perfect with the Tigers. With Framber, it's a great video right there. The thing is, you got to get the ball up. If you get him get the ball up, then as we have proved again, we've done a great job of that. You can hit him. His pitch is up. You can absolutely rake on. So for me, and I'm listening, I can't wait to hear what you got to say on it. But I'm thinking, let's see the ball up in the strike zone and attack that. If you see something going down and away, spit on it, because he will get behind and counts on you, and it gets you in a good hitter's count. So I think this is a winnable pitcher too. I'm interested to see what you got to say, but for me, I want to see him get the ball up and try to hit things up in the air. If it goes down, just spit on it and let it go to the ground.
So the repertoire is actually really simple for Mr. Valdez. He has a sinker, a curve, and a changeup. That's it. He's got 3 pitches. So left-handed hitters, you are going to see a lot of the sinker inside and the curveball going away from you. Right-handed hitters, they're going to see the sinker, the curve, and the changeup. So they get a little bit more of the kitchen sink, but keep in mind the sinker is going to be running away from the right-handed hitter, so it's a little bit more comfortable for them in this game. Left-handed hitters, your approach, for me personally, I'm backing off the plate and I'm hunting that sinker, because he's only going to come to you with 1 or 2 pitches. He's not going to throw the changeup. Like, I think he's thrown 2 changeups all year to a left-handed hitter, so you might as well just go ahead and throw that out the window. I'd hunt the sinker inside, and I would be reading the curveball. And for the curveball, you're going to know if it's going to be a hanger. It's going to pop right out of his hand. He's got really good sharp break on that curveball, so if it starts like around your belt or like high thigh, it's probably going to end up down and away or a little bit below the strike zone. So you really need to see that curveball pop out of the hand before you even think about offering it. For the sinker, though, you want the ball to start around the belly button belt. I know I say that a lot, but his sinker's got really good run on it, so you don't want it to start too low. And you wanted to start on the outer third of the plate towards the inner third of the plate since we are backing off the plate a little bit. Make him paint the outside corner before you even think about expanding over there. You got to think inside. I want the ball in. That's all you should be hunting. If the ball starts outer third, it's going to run back towards the middle, and that's when you can do damage on it. Lefties, you're going to be able to read the curveball out of the hand, like I said. So you got to hunt the heater and adjust to the curveball with 2 strikes, unless it is a hanging curveball that you can make the adjustment on very easily. Right-handed hitters, you're going to be hunting the sinker and changeup window. He will throw the curveball, don't get me wrong, but you're going to have to read it out of the hand. The curveball you can read. It's one of the pitches that you can easily read out of the hand. If it starts high, that's when you let it fly. If it starts low, you let it go, is the old saying. So for me, the starting point is going to be in off the plate to the middle of the plate, and you want the ball to start around the belt. This is for the sinker because the sinker is going to break back over the plate. So you want it to start a little in off the plate because that means it's going to go back inner third, and that's when you can really do some damage if you get your barrel out in front of it. This is going to allow you to cover the sinker and the changeup to the inside part of the plate all the way to the outside part of the plate. But you're going to have to make him paint the bottom of the zone with both pitches before you even think about expanding to the bottom of the zone because that's when he's going to eat you up with the changeup and curveball. The hanging curveballs, again, you got to read them out of the hand. You cannot chase the spin. If you see spin that starts about high, you let it go because it's probably not going to be a strike or at least a hittable one. You got to see it up. That's what I got on Mr. Valdez, Ken. So pretty much exactly what you said. See it up.
Yeah, you have to see it up, and you ought to understand too that Fromberg's got a little bit of a. Besides, say it in the nice way, he's got a little bit of a screw loose up there. So if you can rattle him somehow, that's what you want to do too. So he's got an emotional pitcher. So let's try to get him in some tough spots, see the ball up, put some runners on base. He doesn't like to really hold runners and do some damage that way too. So. Like I said, I think it's a winnable game. I like the fact that we have Elder going in that game. The only thing I don't like it being a Thursday afternoon game. We have in the past kind of walked through them. I think Walt has helped with that this year, the one-day game we had in the afternoon. So Walt might be bringing a big stick to the office to tell them before we get on the plane to Colorado, let's finish the deal against the Tigers. But, yeah, I think you're spot on. I think it looks good, and I'm looking forward to seeing Fromber pitch and Big Texas pitch Thursday.
That's going to be a fun matchup. And don't leave just yet, chat. We got 2 bullpen arms that we're pulling out some scouting reports and to give you on. Look, I didn't want to go 2 right-handed pitchers. I do believe that those are the 2 best pitchers in the bullpen, but I also wanted to get a lefty that you're going to see because you're going to have Drake Baldwin, Matt Olson coming in, and you're going to have the lefty specialist come in. But their lefties are not very good. So I went with the best one at the time, and Brant Herter is the best one. Ken, do you know anything about Mr. Brant Herter?
I do know Mr. Herter. He's an interesting pitcher. He can be a tough ride in some situations because he, like Roberto, I love this video. He looks like he's one of us getting on the mound. Or one of the position players that walk in and throw the ball. So the ball can get up on you if you're not ready. I do agree with you. I think he is going to be the guy that Olson, Baldwin, Money, that group gets in a tough situation. But I'm not trying to just sell him. It's the same approach they take with Aaron Bummer. Sit middle backside. He can't beat you with a fastball and drive the ball the other way. And you should be able to hit him, at least in my opinion. What do you think, Ray?
That's actually a really good comp is Aaron Bummer. And that is not disrespecting our guy right here in Brant Hunter, but he's funky, and he has some of the similar pitches that Mr. Bummer has. So let's go ahead and get into his repertoire. He has a sinker, a sweeper, a changeup, and a four-seamer. So very, very similar to Aaron Bummer. So he runs the sinker inside to lefties and the sweeper away. He tries to keep the ball away to right-handed hitters as well as with the sinker, the sweeper, and the changeup. He will run the sweeper inside from time to time on the righties. So my approach for him for the lefties is to hunt the sinker inside and make him paint the sweeper away before even offering at it. In this situation, you're going to get 1 or 2 pitches. You're going to get both of them in the sequence, so you might as well hunt one of them. And for me, I like hunting fastballs, Ken. I don't know about you. I don't like hunting breaking balls. I will, go back to the two strike approach, but if I'm up in the count, I want to hunt the fastball. So you want that ball to start up around the belt, and you want it to start outer third middle, so that ball breaks back into your bat, and then you can drop the barrel on it. And you just got to read the sweeper. If that ball starts middle and you start seeing it break away, it's probably going to be a ball. The sweeper's really going to have to start at your backside and break back over the plate for it to be anything you want to consider as a left-handed hitter. So anything with spin, unless it's an obvious hanger, spit on it until you get to two strikes. There's just no need in doing that. Right-handed hitter's approach for him, hunt the sinker changeup window. He's going to live away, so choke the shit out of the plate and take it away from him. Stay disciplined and don't chase off the plate. You want the sinker to start inner third to the outer third and belt high. This will also allow you to stay on his changeup. Spit on anything with spin unless you have two strikes or it's an obvious hanger out of the hand and you can make an easy adjustment on it. That's my approach on Mr. Brant Herter. Ken, you got anything else on him?
That's perfect. We just got to understand he can't beat us with a fastball. And if Austin gets a chance to get up on him, let's see him hit one into the right field, right center field bullpen for a home run, because this could be one that Austin could hit one off of.
Absolutely agree. And Ken, we have a familiar face in the Tigers bullpen. Did you know Mr. Kenley Jansen is their closer this year?
I did, and it'd be good to see Kenley back in the ballpark. He's one of my favorite players. I know you're going to get into it. What makes him a difficult ride is he throws like a catcher. He was drafted as a catcher, so the ball is coming from the ear. So you can't, as a hitter, we're taught to pick the ball out of the hand. Well, that's where his deception is. His fastball is still fine. It's still a good fastball. His speeds and stuff are kind of like Iglesias. So, but as we know, as good Braves fans as we are, if Kenley gets off on his mark, he can be a little wild. So, if he does come into close and it's a close game, have faith, Braves fans. We may actually beat him, but he is a tough ride, and he's still a really good pitcher. It's one of the best relief pitchers of our generation. So it'll be interesting. It'll be good to see Kenley back in the ballpark.
Absolutely. So, Braves fans, you already know Mr. Kenley Jansen, but he has added a pitch to his repertoire since we have last seen him. He has a cutter and a slider that we all know and well, but he's added a sinker. So, my approach is going to be hunt the cutter. Hunt the cutter for both righties and lefties, because that's what you're going to get. He's like 80% cutter, and then when he finally can't get you out with the cutter, he's going to go with the slider, and I would imagine sinkers. He's just going to back the right-handers off the plate a little bit to open the cutter back up, so I really wouldn't even worry about that. And his sinker doesn't have a whole lot of movement on it, so if he misses and misses out over the plate, that's kind of a BP fastball for the right-handed hitters or lefties to get. So it's going to be hunt the cutter. For lefties, you wanted to start a little off the plate and towards the middle of the plate and around the belt high. I said belt to thigh because this cutter kind of just cuts. It doesn't really break down. So you have a wide range that you can hit that cutter. Right-handed hitters, you want it to start in off the plate a little bit and towards the middle. So that's how big of a window you got there. And you want it to start at the same height. You want it around the belt or mid-thigh. That's what I got on Mr. Kenley Jansen. Hunt the cutter. Get one out over the plate and do not miss it.
That's spot on. That's what you have to do. Do we have a actual number what his average velo is on that sinker?
His sinker is averaging right around 94 miles an hour. That cutter is about 94.3, but he will touch 95, 96 here and there with the cutter when he is still feeling good. Slider's about 83, 82.
Yeah, so this is almost identical to Raciel. So we've seen it, and so like I said, stay in the ballpark if it's the ninth inning. If they happen to be ahead, this is a guy, a closer. Now, he may get us 1, 2, 3. He's that good. That cutter can be spot on. You can't hit it, but if it's not, he's off just a tick. For me, it's always his management right here because he's used to throwing the ball from this side, and we may be able to walk him off, which would be kind of weird. So. But good spot on analysis.
It's not going to be an easy series, so I know sometimes the stuff kind of makes it look, well, this sounds like a really easy approach. We just got to stick with it. Well, it's not always that simple, unfortunately, because these guys are Major League Baseball players, and we are not that. So,
Yeah.
just trying to give you guys an idea what the hitters' meetings are like and what guys probably are trying to game plan against the opposing pitcher. Doesn't mean it always goes according to plan, so keep that in mind. But, Ken, it is time to reveal your pick to click. Who are you going with?
One with Drake.
Drake Baldwin. I like it. That's a little bit of a ballsy pick this series, right?
Yeah, I think so. I like to step out. I love him against Casey Mize. That's part of the reason to get off to a good start. Hey, I need to recover. I picked Yaz, and Yaz was terrible. If I got to have somebody have a good game one, and I'm thinking Drake will have a good game one, stay on the outside, get that ball. And what I like about Drake in that matchup is the splitter should not give Drake a lot of, because Drake can foul those pitches off. He's proved that. With Tarek, I don't think Drake's going to be afraid of the fastball inside. Now, look, this is a different animal, and he strikes out. Don't get mad at me, but I think he can actually put the ball in play, get a couple of hits, and I love him against Fromber. Actually, I think he can hit Fromber, and I'm going to go Drake Baldwin in this series, and I feel pretty good. I took a shot with Yaz, and I got paid for it, so I'm going a little bit more in line, and I'm going to go with one of our best players. I'm going to go Drake this series.
Well, Ken, I like your pick. I do. I like the little bit of a ballsy move because, Baldwin's going to be facing two lefties, and that can be tough, so I like it. So you're a gambling man, I presume, right? You like to gamble a little bit?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
So, I don't know what it's called, but I think it's like the roulette table where you got red and black, right?
Yeah.
And the old rule is, you just keep on betting on the same thing because eventually it's going to hit.
Yeah. Keep betting.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm going big, thick Austin Riley for the second series in a row. And big, thick, I believe in you. I think this is a good series. I think it is. Look, there are some signs that Austin Riley is coming to life. He's got probably one of the best walk to strikeout ratios he's had so far in his career. His walk rate is actually like a little bit above league average, which is actually really good for Austin. His whiff rate's always going to be kind of high just because Austin's a swing and miss guy, unfortunately. But everything is trending up. He's starting to hit the ball harder, but I need you to lock in your direction, honey. I need you to think right center field, see the big old State Farm sign out there in that bullpen. And I need you to drive the ball to right center field. Use the ground effectively. Stop worrying about, oh my God, am I going to get blown up on a fastball? Who cares? It's one pitch. And if you recognize a pattern, then make an adjustment, honey. You're good, Major League Baseball player. You're good. Freaking just show out. But I'm going to show a little love to the little monster. I think the little monster is going to have a really good series too. He's not my pick to click, but I just want to put that in there that I think Ozzy Albies is going to show out again this series.
Oh, okay. That sounds good to me. As far as showing out, I think Mauricio Dubon's going to have a good series.
I can see that too.
Yeah,
I think he matches up really well with some of these guys that we're pitching. That includes Skubal. He's a scrappy little dude, man. I like that dude.
Yeah, I do too. So, yeah, I like our picks to click. It's a tough ride this week, so let's go get them. Hey, look, we think we have the best offense in baseball, and they think they have one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. So this is fun. If you're a baseball fan, you should definitely not miss one of these 3 games. This should be a fun series.
Absolutely not. And Ken, you just teed me up for our next segment that we're going to be doing on this channel. It's going to be the state of the offense. That is coming back. We're going to do that. We're going to do it. We're probably going to record it here soon. It's going to be, I got all the numbers before the Tiger series, so it's not going to be 100% accurate. So look at April 27th date of the offensive numbers. That's what we're going to be using, and that should be coming out right at the end of the Tiger series or sometime in the Tiger series. We'll see when we want to release it, but keep your eye out on that as well. But Ken, do you have any other final thoughts?
My final thought is it's good to be a Braves fan, and it sucks to be a Phillies and Mets fan, and so that makes 2026 special so far. We all said at the beginning of this month if we could be, this was a really tougher than what people realize stretch for us. If we could be above 500 and keep, because we sometimes struggle in April, we'd be in good shape. Well, we've way overperformed that. So we have a big 9-game road trip, one of the toughest road trips we'll have all year. So taking 2 out of 3 from the Tigers and being 22-10, when we head out west, would be beautiful. And I'm looking forward to that. And just on a side note, y'all keep supporting Ryan. He's putting out great stuff, and it's at Braves Hip Coil. And he's not getting all the accolades. He's getting some, but y'all give him more because he's doing an outstanding job. And it makes you watch the ball game from a coach's perspective, and I think it makes you understand what Walt and Tim Hires are trying to do with this offense. So good job. I think you're doing a great job, Ryan, and I hope more people jump on the bandwagon.
Well, I appreciate that, Ken. Thank you. And I'll be honest with you guys, with me just diving into the pitchers and trying to break it down like this and seeing how I would attack these pitchers as a hitter, it's opened up my eyes a lot to the other side of the game, what those guys and in between those lines go through on a daily basis and what they try to do. I've learned a lot just doing this in 2 to 3 weeks. I've learned a lot doing this. So, and I've played baseball a long time. I've hit and I've learned about hitting for a long time, and I'm still continuing to learn more about it each time we do it. So, it's been really fun. I enjoy doing these. I hope you guys enjoy it just as much as I do. And with that, if you have not seen the Ronald Acuna Jr. breakdown, that is out, and it was a good one. I'm not even bragging on myself, but it was a really good video. It was a good breakdown, in my opinion. So if you guys want to check that out, go ahead and check it out. If you thought it was dog shit, then you can say it was dog shit in the comments section, okay? So with that being said, me and Ken are out of here, and we will see you right before the Rocky series. Peace.
Peace.
You know what, boys? You guys are going to be world champions for the rest of your life.